Who doesn't like TV shows? They are a great way to relax and enjoy amazing stories. It's no wonder LEGO has made a lot of sets based on various shows. But today, I'm going to build 5 unique LEGO MOCs inspired by 5 different TV shows. And the builds will get progressively more challenging, so let's see how good my building skills really are. For my first MOC, I chose this breathtaking scene from the Arcane series. Yeah, I love this show. When I analyzed this scene, I separated it into 4 sections and built each one. First, I put together this grey abandoned building. I didn't use many details or put too much effort into it because even in the show it looks like a pile of junk. So I decided it's not that important. Next step was to add some details at the top, like these fences and this weird structure. Who knows what it is? Now I needed a minifigure. Since LEGO never made an arcane set, I had to create a custom one. I tried making my own custom minifigure for the first time. It didn't turn out great, but honestly, it's not that bad for the first attempt. The last step to complete this MOC was adding smoke coming out of the flare. The shape was challenging to build, but I managed to recreate an inner structure that holds all those plates together. After that, I think we are finally done. It turned out way better than I expected, especially when I took some of those photos. But remember, the builds are only going to get more challenging, and this is nothing compared to what's coming next. My next MOC is based on my favorite childhood cartoon, Ninjago. Even though there are a lot of nostalgic fights to choose from, I decided to recreate the ending of season 13, where Cole unlocks his burst power and defeats the Skull Sorcerer. The first thing I built was the mountainous environment seen in the mine shafts. The show also had a lot of lava, so I made this lava waterfall. At the top, I tried building a skull, similar to the one in this scene. It's not perfect, but I like it, so I will keep it that way. Now, for the most important part, the burst. After a few minutes, I got the idea to combine 4 sponges together to make one big that looks like a burst. I also added some cheese lobes for extra detail. One more thing was missing. I used season 13 Cole and gave him 2 swords he used to fight the Skull Sorcerer. I attached the villain to the mountain, so it looks like he's in the air, and I added his skull attacking Cole using transparent pieces. The whole MOC turned out really good. I know LEGO made a dungeon set that I even owned, but I think my build is more accurate to the show, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Our next build is from Game of Thrones. Specifically, I wanted to recreate the season 1 poster with the Iron Throne. This definitely wasn't easy to build. Attaching so many swords in such a small area requires a lot of different building techniques, and I'm not even sure if some of them are technically legal, but it's holding together and looks pretty solid. After building the throne, the hardest part was behind me, but I still needed to make the floor and wall. I wanted something special, so I used this knot technique to create this really cool floor and used a lot of slopes for nice shape. I did the same for the wall. After adding a minifigure, I was done. This is definitely the best one so far, especially after I took those incredible photos of it. It's not overly complicated, but it looks like a proper diorama. If you are still watching, drop a comment below so someone can criticize my builds, because honestly, I am too amazed by them to do it myself. And don't forget, we still have 2 more shows to build, and they will be even more challenging than the ones we have already done. Let's get back to cartoons and build something from Gravity Falls. After some brainstorming, I decided to build Diapers and Mabel's room. At first, I thought it would be the easiest build so far, but the triangle-shaped roof and window made it pretty difficult. It definitely took me a few hours, but I managed to build everything just like in the show. A triangle-shaped roof and window look amazing. I added the chimney and customized the room to fit my needs. There's Diaper's bed, kind of messy, and on the other side, Mabel's bed, which is clean and cozy. Between them is a table with lamps on it. I added a chest, guitar, a shelf, and more random items that represents them as characters. And I didn't forget to include the book either. Overall, it's simple but good looking MOC. I can really feel the atmosphere of the show in it, and that's exactly what I was going for. The last mock is from none other than Stranger Things. I really had to think about what to build, and in the end, I decided to recreate the only scene LEGO has already made. Yeah, it's a little sketchy, but I thought it would be cool. So I started by building the main room of the house, with all the bright colors, but still staying true to the show. Then I built the exact same room, but in grey tones to represent the upside down wall. The biggest challenge was to connecting the two together and maintaining the original set's function, so it can still flip upside down. After a while, I came up with the technique and it actually worked. It started to look like an actual scene from the show, but I still needed one more thing: minifigures. I made choice for the normal walk, and I'm pretty proud of that minifigure because it looks almost identical to the character in the show. On the other side, I built wheelbarrows, scared and possessed, sitting in the corner. I wanted to build a Demogorgon, but I simply didn't have the pieces for it. So instead, I made a Vecna using parts from a Marvel Carnage minifigure. After finishing everything, I can honestly say it turned out to be an amazing mock. And overall, I'm really glad I challenged myself to build 5 mocks from 5 different TV shows. It taught me a new building techniques and brought these great builds to life. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like in the comment, I would really appreciate it. You can also consider subscribing or watching some of my older videos that you see on the screen. Thanks and see you soon.